The Tigers wrap up the regular season with a trip up to Hofstra University. Head coach Shawn Nadelen will join me today to preview the game. Get ready, Tiger fans. The Tiger Lacrosse Report starts now.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Give it your all for a piece of the action. Getting involved in the moment is magic.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Rock and Jump, the ultimate trampoline park, is now open in Towson. Get big air and have big fun at Rock and Jump. You and your friends are sure to have a blast in our state-of-the-art jumping arenas. Want to be a rock star with your kids? Book their next birthday party at Rock and Jump. Our slam dunk zones, high-flying dodgeball, and super popular X-Beam make Rock and Jump the most rockin' birthday experience around. With a private party room and a personal party host, a Rock and Jump birthday party is great for the kids and easy on parents. Visit rockandjump.com for all the info or to book your party today.
Hello again and welcome inside the TSN studios for today's episode of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The 12th ranked Towson University Tigers will take on the Hofstra Pride in the regular season finale this Saturday. To talk about the game, I'm joined by head coach Shawn Nadelen. Coach, seems like yesterday we were talking about the beginning of the season. Now we're wrapping it up as you guys will head up to Long Island to take on the Pride. And basically this is it. This game is for the CAA regular season championship. You win, and next week we're playing at home for the CAA championship as the tournament will come to Johnny Unitas Stadium. If the Tigers don't win, you could be in Fairfield, you could be back at Hofstra again, so obviously a huge, huge ball game.
Yeah, it's a big ball game at the end of the regular season. You know, Towson, Hofstra, always a big rivalry, but we're looking at it as a game. You know, that's the biggest thing that we're concerned about is, you know, putting together our best lacrosse. You know, we know who Hofstra is, we know what they do well. They, I'm sure, know who we are, what we do well. It's going to be two teams battling to win a lacrosse game. You know, whatever happens in it, the chips will fall the way they are. You know, but we got to be ready to get up there and play really well, which we haven't done in the past time.
You're coming off a pretty convincing victory over Fairfield on Saturday afternoon. Hofstra's coming off an overtime victory against UMass up in Amherst, so they're obviously flying high coming into this game. They know what the stakes are. You know what the stakes are. They also know that last year they pretty much manhandled you down here at Johnny Unitas Stadium.
They did, and that obviously isn't, you know, anything that we wanted to be a part of, but that was last year. I hope that our guys kind of learn a lesson from that this year in regards to, you know, being able to handle our business, being able to approach a game the way it needs to and give it its due diligence, which I think our guys have done for the most part. We'll see when we get up to Hofstra, but we understand that we're a little bit different in regards to experience, maturity, hopefully a little bit better playmakers, but Hofstra is just as good and, you know, continue to get better, you know, as the year's gone on, so should be a fun game.
Their star, Sam Linares, scored his 100th career goal last week against UMass, but they've got 4 guys who have scored at least 20 goals this year, so obviously Sam is not the only one that can hurt you.
No, they're that's the neat thing about their offense is that they're balanced. You know, they got strong midfielders that can shoot and score. They got strong attackmen that can shoot and score, set up each other at both ends. They got a very confident group offensively. a group that's been playing around each other quite a bit, obviously especially this year, but in years past with a couple new additions this year. So they're a group that's familiar with each other, playing well with each other, but guys that you have to worry about getting their hands free and shooting.
They average about 10.5 goals a game. They give up just over 8 goals a game. What about their goalkeeper, Concannon? What are his strengths?
Well, he's a good-sized kid. I don't know what his height is, but he looks to be a little bit over 6 foot, big frame, so he fills up the net pretty well, kind of like our goalie, Tyler. He does a good job of driving his hands to the ball. When you see him on film, he does a good job of really getting his hands where the shot is, to help with his big frame and making those stops. And he does a good job getting the ball out. And Hofstra has shown some decent looks in transition this year, so we got to make sure that we can get in front of the big guy, try to stop that initial wave if he does get a stop on us, and then be able to stop their transition.
Obviously, with the stakes being so high for this lacrosse game this week, you probably don't have to do much to get the guys motivated. Do you have to worry about them maybe being overexcited for this ball game?
I don't know about overexcited. I'm kind of looking at it too in regards to on the back end. It's like we can't be complacent. After a good win that we had against Fairfield, putting up a lot of points, not playing great defensively. We still got some motivating factors on both ends there. We don't want to allow ourselves to be complacent, being that it's the last regular season game. We're in position to head into the CAA tournament, not knowing kind of where that is. We got to go into this game continuing to elevate our play, continuing to try to play the best lacrosse we can, and not allow ourselves to be complacent as well as overexcited. We got to stay even keeled, understand our roles, understand our game plan, and go out there and execute at a high level.
Kind of interesting that of the 3 CAA games this week, 2 of them are on Friday night, and yours is the only one on Saturday. Was that just a scheduling quirk, or did the other teams decide, hey, we'd like to have that extra day going into the CAA tournament?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know last year teams did that. I got to assume this year that's the same mindset, is that they want to play Friday so they have an extra day of rest going into the CAA tournament. We weren't concerned either way. We did the Saturday thing last year. Fortunately, it worked out well for us going to the CAA tournament. So, we just, again, we have to be smart, after this game, whatever happens, just to manage ourselves physically and obviously preparation and get done what needs to get done.
How has that changed, say, from a month ago to now, your preparation? Obviously, you constantly are working on things, but do you concentrate more on what you have to do against the other team, or are you still worried about what you guys need to do right? Still
a pretty even balance, to be honest with you, Spiro. It's you still got to concentrate on what Hofstra's going to do, their sets, their tendencies, but we really still got to continue to make ourselves better. I thought we did a great job last week in practice, especially offensively, of really tuning up our focus, tuning up our shots, and you saw the outcome of that against Fairfield. We're going to continue to press the envelope there. Defensively, we got some gaps to fill. We're not playing great defense right now. We've given up 21 goals in the past 2 games. That's something that we don't want to be a part of. We want to be able to play much better defense than we are. So again, we're trying to get back to the basics, the fundamentals that help us be a much more efficient defense and be able to play good lacrosse down the stretch. These 2 teams have matched up in some real doozies over the years, and Saturday will probably be no different. The Tigers and the Pride are set to face off 1 o'clock in Hempstead, New York. Hunter Lochte and I will have the call on TowsonTigers.com starting at 12:45. Coach, thanks for joining us, and as always, good luck against the Pride. Thanks, Spiro. Thank you, fans, for joining us today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report. And don't forget, for all things Towson Tigers, check out TowsonTigers.com or the Towson Tigers on YouTube. For head coach Shawn Nadelen, I'm Spiro Morekas. Have a great week, and as always, go Tigers.